Fine. So last week we studied about valency. I was unable to make few classes due to I was in Colombo for some days. Also, I was not well. Right? Sorry for that. And today we'll cover up those classes. We'll cover up those missed 4 classes. Okay. So we studied about radicals. Okay, we studied about radicals and we studied the valency of radicals. Okay, we studied the valency of radicals. Okay, fine. So now today we are going to study, right up with the heading, writing chemical formula using radicals. Writing chemical formula using radicals. Writing chemical formula using radicals. So let's consider about sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate. When it is sodium, it's going to be Na. So when it is carbonate is CO3 2 minus. Right? So whenever we consider the valency of sodium, it is 1. Valency of carbonate is 2. Valency of carbonate is 2. Right? Valency of carbonate is 2. 2 minus means 2 valency. So when I proceed, this 2 belongs to sodium and 1 belongs to carbonate. So it's going to be Na2CO3. So once you write the equation, this 2 minus, only the 2 will be taken as valency, the minus will be neglected. Right? So here, can you hear my sound clearly? Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Right? So write an example. And the second example I take magnesium bisulfate. Magnesium bisulfate. Right? So magnesium means it is Mg. Bisulfate means it is HSO4 minus. So minus means the valency is 1. Here it is 2. Right? So this 2 belongs to HSO4 and 1 belongs to Mg. So here is going to be Mg. HSO4 whole thing square. This 2 comes to this entire. So put a bracket and twice. Okay, so we write MgHSO4 twice. That's how we write. right? No, it should be right below, right, Abdul Malik? Right. We'll try another one. We'll try another one. We'll try another one. We'll try another one. Calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate. Calcium is Ca. Phosphate PO4 3 minus. Valence is 3. Here the valence is 2. When you cross it, this 3 comes to calcium. And this 3 comes to calcium. 2 belongs to phosphate. So it will be Ca3 PO4 twice. This is how it's going to be. Right? No. So that's a good question. That's a good question. That why can't we write this MgH2S2O8? Right? Okay. So here it is a radical. Remember one thing? This HSO4 2 minus is a radical. HSO4 minus is a radical. Once it is a radical, you can't break that radical and make H2, S2 and all, you can't make. The radical is repeated twice. Okay? So you can't write in this manner. Radical is a polyatomic ion. That's why we introduced to radicals first. Okay? Good question. Right. We'll try the next one. Aluminium carbonate. Aluminium carbonate. Try how it comes. Wait. No, radical. No, you should by heart radical. The names of radical you should by heart it. Huh? I gave you a chart last class. Right. So aluminium 3 Carbonate 2 minus. So 2, this 2 comes here and 3 goes down. So it's going to be A into CO3 thrice. A to CO3 thrice. Good. The names of radicals I gave you. Sodium chromate. Sodium chromate. Potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate. Right? Right? So when you write sodium chromate, sodium Na, chromate, CrO4, 2 minus. So 1 valency, 2 valency. Na2 CrO4. Potassium dichromate, potassium, Cr2O7, 2 minus. Right, 1 here. This 2 comes down, potassium go there. K2, Cr2O7. Right? Right. So someone has asked, putting like this is wrong or right? This is unnecessary. It's unnecessary because if it is two, no issues to put a bracket and indicate it. So as it is one, no need to put again, right? That's unnecessary. Doesn't mean it's wrong, but usually we never put, right? But whenever the question comes, right, the questions in this part used to be in a different way. Okay, the question in this part used to be in a different way. Right. So let's write down the question. Let's write down the question. The chromate of element X is XCrO4. X is XCrO4. XCrO4. Find the phosphate of find the chemical formula of phosphate of element X. Phosphate of element X. Right. When they ask you such a question, the first statement gives you a data. The first statement gives you a data. Then you should be very careful and identify, grab that point, all right. This is the data what they give. This is the data. I need to capture it. Right. What is the data is? If you observe it, XCrO4, they are given you that XCrO4 is the chromate of element X. From these, you can find the valency of element X. You can find the valency of element X. Right? What you can find? You can find the valency of element X. Right. So the same. What is the valency of chromate CrO4? 2 minus. Okay, I'll erase it. Right? How is it going to be? Xn CrO4 2 minus. CrO4 2 minus. So it has become XCrO4. So here, if it is 2 minus, it should be 2 here. It should have been 2 here. So what has happened actually? This 2 and 2 has got chopped. This 2 and 2 has got chopped. Right? So the valency of X, what will be the valency of X then? X valence is going to be 2. The valency of X is going to be 2. So that is the data what is given by the first statement. The data given by the first statement is the valency of X. Did you get the point what I said? Yes. I'll just write like this. If I say the carbonate of magnesium is MgCO3. What is the valency of magnesium? What is the valency of magnesium? So here how is going to be? Magnesium. Okay. How is going to be? Magnesium carbonate. Here it has become MgCO3. So it has been Mg2CO3 too. And these two got chopped. Right? You understand? Because this 2 is disappeared in the formula. So here the valence of magnesium is going to be 2. Likewise, it is HCrO4 means it should have been X2CrO4. CrO4 twice. But these two have chopped. So the valence of X is going to be 2. Right? Got the point? So we can't take the valence as 1. Well, let's say that valence of X is 1. And someone has argued that if the X valency is 1, XCrO4, so it is 2 minus, right? Here it is 1. So the equation should have been how? X2CrO4. But it's not like that. The formula is XCrO4. Right? So the valency of X. So write down from the first statement. Here, when you write answer, no need to write like this. And just to explanation, I write like this. Okay? From first statement. Right. What do you take from the first statement? X CrO4, X CrO4. This 2 minus. So here it is unknown. Here it is unknown. The value is unknown. So it's going to be X2CrO4 twice. And they have been chopped. And they become XCrO4. Right? So the valency of X is going to be 2. The valency of X, it is 2. Just write down this. Yeah, we can find, but here X is unknown. Basically, X is unknown. We don't know what is X here. Right? Now we know that. Now we know that. Now we know that. So the question asks you, write the equation for phosphate. For phosphate. They ask you to write the equation for phosphate. Right now the same phosphate of X. So X and phosphate. So 3 minus, here valence is 2, X3, PO4, nice. This is the formula. Right? Sir, here X is only phosphate now. Sir, phosphate P3 minus. Yeah. No, phosphate PO4 3 minus. Phosphate. Radical. Phosphate is a radical. Right. That's phosphite is P3 minus. Right. Let's try another question. Let's try another question. Write the formula. Write the formula. Write the formula. Nitrate of element M if the carbonate of M is MCO3. Try. Anyone found the answer? Wow. Anyone found the answer? The valency of M is 2, right? That's correct. Yeah, very good. Someone, yeah, come on. You have found the valency, so you can go for the answer. Good. Okay, fine. Good. Very good. That's great. Okay, that's great. Very good. So the valency, if it is MCO3, M2CO3 2, right? If M2CO3 twice is going to be, right? Why the valency of carbonate is going to be this 2 minus 2, and it has been chopped. So valency of M is 2. That's solution for us. NO3 minus 1 and 2, if you chop it, cross it. On the answer. right? Fine. Very good. Okay. Now, okay. So these type of question are repeated, and put another heading. The final part in this unit. The final part in this unit, right? Final part in this unit. Final part in this unit, right? Final part in this unit, right? Elements and their physical, chemical nature. Physical, chemical nature. So basically, it is a complete theory part which is present in your book. If you go, you can observe them, right? So here we study about sodium, magnesium, boron, carbon, silicon, uh, sorry, boron, silicon, carbon, and what else? Nitrogen, I think so. We study about 6 elements, if I'm correct. Yeah, 6 elements. Study about beryllium as well. Okay. So I just give you some point. Right. So just we'll write about sodium, leading sodium, sodium. That's about sulfur, eh? Sulfur is there, right? What about sodium? Highly vigorous element, vigorously reactive metal, highly vigorously reactive metal, reactive air when it is open to air. When it is open to air. That point. Burn in oxygen, resulting a gold yellow flame. Final point. Stored in paraffinol. Stored in paraffinol. Right? Just write out this point. Vigorously mean high reactive. High reactive. That, no. High reactive. The reason why we keep in oil, is to avoid the contact with water. Sorry, air. Right? Right. Magnesium. Less reactive than sodium. Less reactive than sodium. React in hot water, but not in cold water. React in hot water, but not in cold water. That's why reacts with air by producing a white, bright flame. White, bright flame. Right? Okay. Right here, say, just write out what is there in the book. Please refer it, okay? And okay, write out the elements and the data provided. I need to give this point. Write out acidity, forgot it, and basicity. Of oxides of elements. Right? So before that, you should write all the oxides. So hydrogen, the oxide is H2O. Helium, neon argon, they are not going to make anything. Lithium, Li2O. Sodium, Na2O. Potassium, K2O. beryllium BeO, magnesium MgO, calcium CaO, right? Also boron B2O3, aluminium Al2O3, carbon CO2 SiO2, and then nitrogen N2O3, P2O3, right? Oxygen, it is O2, there's nothing, right? Sulfur SO2, Cl2O, sorry, OF2, Cl2O, right? Helium, neon, argon, they are not going to make oxides. And this is their new book, right? You see, when you go from right to left, periodic wise, periodic element, I have written the oxides, oxides of periodic elements. So when you go right to left, acidity increases. Acidity increases, basicity decreases. If they ask you of SiO2 and Cl2O, which one has the highest acidity? Which one has the highest acidity? Cl2O has the highest acidity, right? Also, if they ask you which one has the highest basicity, SiO2 has the highest basicity, right? More important point, I forgot to say you all. Also, they ask you to compare B2O3 and CO2. B2O3 and CO2. Which one has the highest acidity? CO2 has the highest acidity. Which one has the highest basicity? B2O3 has the highest basicity. Also, when you come from up to down, basicity increases. What happened? Basicity increases. Acidity decreases. What happened? Acidity decreases. Just mark it. This question is repeated in past papers one after one. If it is in 2019, it will be in 2021. Like that. MCQ paper question. Right. Finish marking. Right. Here's the amphioritic mean. Especially these two elements act as amphioritic. Amphioritic mean they can be either acid or base. They can be either acid or base. If you consider Al2O3, it can be an acid or base. Two acts, two phases. Okay, these two elements. Right. Here's the guys. Here's the right. So we are done with the third unit. We are done with one of the difficult unit, third unit. Today the only the revision students who register only the revision student, you will get a tube. Okay, you get a tube and an LMS password login. Then what you need to do is log into it, and log into it and do the assignment and submit it. Right? That you need to do the assignment and submit it. Yes. Inshallah. Okay. We'll start motion in straight line. We will start motion in straight line from tomorrow. What is it? Motion in straight line. Please share all your contacts. Those who are interested to join, ask them to join. Motion in straight line from basic I'll teach. From basic, starting from basic graph, STVT. Slowly we will be studying it, right? So motion in straight line is my target, inshallah. It need about 5 to 6 classes. Okay, 5 to 6 classes, and there will be a tutor again to do and submit, right? So better mark it. Motion in straight line will start from tomorrow, and you have to submit the paper on 27. Right? I think so. Due date is 27. Submit the paper on 27. So today is 25, 26, 27. The time is sufficient. No, it chopped itself, Shaida. It chopped itself. First to everyone. 27th. I have a class to do now. That's the issue. Third unit. Acid or base? No. Here's the acidity increase base. Usually this is the border. That side acid, this is base. Okay, this side acid and this side base. That's how we talk. Hydrogen is an exception. H2O is an exception of this. Right? CO is base. SiO2 is acid. Right. So I'll share it to you. If you have any issues, please let me inform. We'll end the session. I have another class also. Yeah, that's it. So we'll start motion straight line tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Bye. So wait, acidity increases from left to right. Does it mean even the leftmost element have the acidity? These elements are total base. These elements are total acid. Right? So slowly acid reduces, base reduces, happen like that. Okay. Right. So we'll end the session. No, we don't have this comparison. BO is an amphioritic element. That means it can act as a base as well an acid. Two nature, double nature, dual nature. No, that's base. Lithium is base. Right. So if you have any issues, please let me inform. We'll end the session. Bye.